Please help support the channel by visiting our Amazon store for items like the Razer Kiyo webcam, affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. And, Wizards of the Coast has, in my opinion, really opened a can of worms they don't want to open, that they don't want to deal with. And ultimately, it's going to damage their brand, a brand that is well over 20 years positive in the eyes of its fans, over whether or not jokes and shit posts should be allowed. And that is pretty much where we find ourselves right now, looking at this change.org petition to have Wizards of the Coast reinstate Travis Wu and Jeremy Hambly. Jeremy Hambly, the gentleman here on the left of the image with the sunglasses, otherwise known as Unsleeved Media or MTG headquarters, is a divisive figure in the MTG community. He's a troll. Right, he has his opinions. He's been a bit of a shit poster, and for the most part, that's kind of where it stands. Now, people out there who don't like him, they very much are glad that he's gone. He's been banned from Magic the Gathering. His DCI numbers been permanently banned. He lost out apparently on a lot of money that he had left in his account for Magic the Gathering Online, and he's none too pleased with this particular decision. And it feels like Wizards of the Coast knee-jerk reacted to the controversy that went down when Christine Sprankle said, "I'm going to leave Magic because of this guy." This guy who made a video about her 6 months prior and hadn't really done much since then. And he just said he doesn't like cosplay. He views it in a negative light, which is his opinion. But because of the hashtag listen and believe mentality that tends to permeate in these particular situations, and the fact that SJWs have migrated their way into almost every single fandom out there, and they try to take over in that particular fashion, we've seen him get pulled down. Now, I'm not saying that Jeremy is a good guy. I just want to make that abundantly clear. I think he's a troll. I think he's a tryhard, and he knows that's what I feel about the guy. But also looking at, the professor's video and all the other stuff people said about this guy, it's like, we've seen worse. We've seen worse. And so to permanently ban him and Travis Wu for running a Facebook group that posted some dank memes that Wizards of the Coast apparently didn't like, I think is going a tad too far, considering the fact that you have other situations where you have professional players caught cheating and they only get like a 6-month ban. So if you're cheating in a league match or whatever game or at a championship that's officially sanctioned by the company, you can come back in 6 months and try your hand again. But if you post some memes, some dank memes, you post a Pepe the Frog, they want to boot your ass out. That's kind of where things are right now. That's why this petition is very interesting to me. Now, so far, 2,800 people have signed this petition, and let's see what it here has to say. The unfair banning of both pro player Travis Wu and content creator Jeremy Hambly must be reversed by Wizards of the Coast. On December 7th, Wizards of the Coast, owned by Hasbro, banned 2 people who have dedicated the past several years of their lives to playing and promoting the game that they love. They were the target of online outrage mobs demanding their bans over social media posts their opinions. Neither player has had a single bad interaction with players in real life, yet one, Travis, a professional player, was fired his livelihood, taken away for 1 year, and other received a lifetime ban, also having his entire online collection and in-game currency seized. Now, that's not cool, dog. If someone invests money into your platform, you should at least give them the opportunity to sell off their stuff or pull their money out. This just feels like really petty at the hands of Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast, sorry. By signing this document, you are publicly agreeing to cease any and all purchases from Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro until such a point where these bannings are reversed and their collections are returned. This is an absurd overreach of power by a corporation to ban people from the game over social media posts, something that has nothing to do with real life, nothing to do with how these players interact with people at tournaments. This is a dangerous precedent that anyone who has invested real-world cash into online games should be very concerned about. And it's, getting around. It's getting around to a lot of people out there. Now, I'm not going to tell you to sit here and sign it. I'm not going to tell you not to sign it. The reason why I'm talking about it is because when it comes to this kind of reaction from a corporation, when it comes to this type of reaction from a company that's trying to protect its image, you have to ask yourself, who is it you're trying to protect it from? Are you protecting it from people out there that are easily offended, that can't take a joke or two on the internet? Are you trying to protect it in order to keep yourself making money? What's your plans here? Now, like I said, Jeremy has a couple Twitter accounts, all 3 of whom have been blocked by the official Wizards of the Coast account. I mean, like, this is straight up like scorched earth, just nuke it from orbit situation. They are very much making it aware, or making it clear, that they do not want Jeremy anywhere near Wizards of the, Magic the Gathering, a game that he has spent a lot of time talking about. He was a very popular channel for a while, and then he became again, a bit of a shit poster, and that ended up having some negative effects on his general career. I think my biggest complaint here is that Magic never, at least as far as I know, and they might have done this, Magic never reached out to him to let him know he would be banned, so he could have time to sell his stuff off. Or that they never reached out to him in order to sit there and go, all right, man, look, this is getting out of hand. What do we do to fix this? Why don't you, can you calm down a little bit? Can we make this thing go away? Blah, 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 blah. A company like Hasbro, like Wizards of the Coast, reacting in the way that it did, is coming from a knee-jerk reaction, not a pro-business-minded decision. Because if Jeremy has gone to these events, these Grand Prix or these tournaments or whatever, and he has never had a problem in person, then that should be something to consider here. And I really hate the idea. I really hate the idea that, what you say on social media, what you say on Twitter will somehow affect you in a game you play elsewhere. I think that's crap. I don't think if he was doing it at events, if he was doing it at these tournaments, then yeah, you get rid of him, right? If he's being a jerk actually in your house. But if he's being a jerk down the road and around the corner, what the fuck does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Right? Now, if they want to sit there and they want to not give him preview packs and they don't want to hook him up with preview stuff anymore, fine. You know what I mean? Like, that's a solid business decision. They have a choice of who they want to work with. They have a choice of all that. I get that. That's their business. That's their prerogative. But when it comes to banning him from the game, banning him, from his DCI number, taking away his money, his cards, his access to those things, yeah, this is knee-jerk. They're trying to appease somebody. And you know what? This can have a very large negative effect on the game as a whole. Like I said before in my previous video, I talked with my sister, who was an avid Magic player who would go with her ex-boyfriend quite a bit, Friday night tournaments. And I asked her, was there sexism? Did you ever experience anything like this? She's like, no, not at all. Everyone's really friendly. Now, what I hear about a lot of this stuff is that at these events, these tournaments, these pro events, everyone there, very friendly, very nice, very cool. But it's when you get into the Twitter that people become jerks. Well, here's the thing. Why aren't those people being banned? Right? Now, the one of the complaints is, oh, Jeremy, one of his targets got death threats. Okay. That's not his fault. Like, that's one of the things you have to realize when it comes to espousing your opinion. If I sit there and I criticize somebody and somebody else listens to what I say and then sends that person a death threat, that doesn't fall back on me. My opinion is my opinion. What someone else does is what someone else does. We have a responsibility, I think, to, not push for those sort of things, but you also don't have any control. And ultimately, it's like there's nothing you can do about that. If, your opinion causes somebody to react in a certain way, that's on that person. And that's essentially what's being done here. Now, the difference between Jeremy making comments about Christine Sprankle or other people and some of the vitriol that might have gone to them is that he wasn't directing them to do it himself. There was the incident with Wedge from the Mana Source and something about like poking fun at him. But, Jeremy says that was clearly a joke. It was always intended to be a joke and treated as such. But then you've got people who are going against Jeremy that have written websites dedicated to how to get him deplatformed, how to make him an unperson, how to get him booted off Twitter, booted off, YouTube, kicked out of Magic, Patreon taken down, all of those things. People have been actively organizing, trying to deplatform this person. Now, that is an active act against somebody. That is a douche move, which has apparently not been taken into account by Wizards of the Coast. The people that are running those sites, they're not hiding behind anything. They pretty much know who they are, but that's okay that they're trying to deplatform someone based upon their opinion or some jokes. But they're I don't know, it's a lot of crap. And it's entirely possible this could turn into something along the lines of Gamergate 2.0 or MTG Gate or whatever you want to call it. Because it does boil down to the concept of Wizards of the Coast not adhering not keeping everyone to the same set of rules and allowing them to pick and choose how they enforce. And that's not right. Period. I don't care what your opinion of Jeremy is. That's not right. And that's something that should be addressed by Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro as a whole, but whether or not they will, I have no idea. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. I have no idea what's going to go down. We'll have to wait and see if they actually ever respond. Jeremy thinks he'll be able to get his account back. With any luck, he'll be able to. And then they'll be able to put this position behind him. Now, if I had any advice to give to Jeremy, it would be cool your jets a little bit, calm your tits a little bit. Just like play it smart. I know you're upset. I know these things are bothering you. I get that. Play it smart. You know, you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar. And to a lot of people, you've been vinegar for a long time, so they're actively against you. You got to show them that really it's not as bad as they've been told, and that's going to require you to play a little bit of the solid good PR. Now, just going on like Bearing Stream or hanging out with Undoomed or, you know, whatever, cool, man. I love those guys. But they're not the people you have to necessarily convince. Their audience will back you because of the free speech issue. But the people you want to convince are those that are fans of the professor, who for some reason dresses like a freaking hobbit. I don't know if that's a common thing, if that's a gig, or part of his act. I have no idea, but it's weird. Weird. Just threw me off. I couldn't watch a video. I couldn't watch it. I had to listen because I was laughing too hard every time I looked at him. And yeah, this is coming from a guy wearing a Star Wars shirt all the time, so I get that. It's just, why do you dress like freaking Bilbo? Anyway, so you got that. But he's got to work with those people, and then he'll be able to maybe figure this thing out. Diplomatic tactics work here better than a straight up scorched earth. So anyway, those are my thoughts on that. Curious to know what you think. Talk to you guys later. Hey guys, that wraps up this video. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do so below. I love to read your guys' input. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to support the channel, there's the Amazon affiliate store, there's PayPal, there's Patreon, there's Bitcoin. And if you're bored and you want something else to watch, check out 3 Buck Theater up here. My name is Matt Jarbo. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a wonderful day. Peace out.